hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And last time we almost died to the intro boss, and this time we're almost going to die to this giant giraffe thingy that's spitting acid that sticks to us. I don't know. Oh, he respawned. You can't respawn. That's rude. Well, actually, what our mission is to find and help Giro. And we needed to go to Area B, which is where we're at now. You mean the fact that Mavericks are attacking people isn't enough of a reason to be bothered? And so in this area we have... Oh, this is a neat feature. So you see the enemy in the background. Once you pass by, it'll jump out front. And we have these barrels that we can shoot, and these computer chips we can pick up. So the barrels, they don't actually hurt you or anything. It's just part of the scenery. You can climb on them as well. So there might be some you don't want to shoot. I don't think there's anything under any of them. Actually, I know there's not anything under any of them. So now we're also picking up computer chips. Get out of here with that. And here's a jumbo health refill. Yeah, the idea is if you want to go up, don't use the... You can't get up there. Okay. But I should not have destroyed that barrel because now I can't get that other computer chip that's up there, and I want it. So, if I go in here, this should reset the barrels. At least that's the hope. Another thing I haven't talked about yet is the music for this game. I love the music for this game, and especially the updated rendition of the music. Like, everything... I thought this looked good on the DS, and played well, and sounded well on the DS. And this just sounds like an enhanced, all-around version of that. And it's really cool. Oh, hey. Shooting at Late Night Mega is not cool. There's another computer chip. Pretty easy to grab. Oh, that actually worked. I didn't think that would work with his shield being pointed towards us. Okay, we're not going to go after you. We're going to come down here. And this... Area C is the city. Yep, C stands for city in this game. And we're not ready to go there yet. Oh, there's... Aha! Fourth computer chip. I thought there was 4. No, I missed him. Oh, and now he's taking forever to die. There we go. I like the backgrounds as well. As soon as I compliment the background, look what comes out of the background. This is I thought this was like a giant manta ray, or so. It's like a manta ray airship. This apparently counts as a boss, but it feels more like a mini boss. That thing looks like a manta ray, doesn't it? So what you have to do is, well, you destroy the one with a different core, the core that's not going to shoot at you, and it will bounce up and hit the plane. The manta ray plane. You do kind of need both blasts to hit it. You can see that does a ton of damage. This is the only way we can damage the manta ray. Now, I remember having difficulty with this in hard mode. I think in hard mode, you can't actually kill the thing fast enough to get it to bounce up. You have to wait for the ship to fly and then fly back. Wow, hey, there's Giro. And if you haven't figured it out, Giro's got the Biometal Model Z, which is based off of Zero. Yeah, it's like 30-second spoilers. But Giro is now filling a plot hole of, you know, what happened after Vent got thrown off of the ledge at the beginning. Because Giro was kind of left up there against those Mavericks. It's just kind of like, hey, we're worried about Vent. We're all worried about Vent. What about Giro? Okay, so you couldn't trust your one trusted employee that's carrying these packages to tell him, hey, this is what's inside and it's super important? I mean, you can trust him to take the package, but you can't trust him with knowing what it is? When you know what it is? I don't get it. Now, Ven seems to just go along with it, so whatever. Confirmation to HQ. Now, this part also kind of confused me about the game when I first played it, is why do I have to report to HQ? I don't work for Guardian HQ. I work as a transporter. Giro's my boss. This is Area D. We don't want to be here yet. That's what the D stands for. We'll be getting there soon. So once you complete a mission, you can see you're going to have that little flashing in the corner and that noise until you find a point where you can turn in the mission report. It's like, okay, I get it. I need to turn in the mission report. So yeah, why are we reporting to HQ when we don't? But the thing is, this is HQ's package, the biometal, so I guess they do have a vested interest in this. Now, this mission is just even weirder. So basically what we have to do is the package, the biometal, that we're supposed to deliver to the Guardians. Now we can't deliver it until we get permission to board their ship to deliver it to them. What? Okay, so we have to find the 4 Guardians scattered about this city, and once we find all 4 of them, then we get permission to go to the Guardian ship. This seems so weird. But I guess this is the mission they wanted to have for Area C of the city. And Prairie's kind of warning us here that we might get attacked by the security forces. We're going to see the security forces in a bit. If we remain transformed, or we can go back to human. Now, another part that's not going to make sense with this is if we're standing in front of someone as a human, we talk to them as a human, they talk to us, and everything is all good, happy, happy, yay. And then, even if we're standing right in front of them and they watch us transform, so they know we're not like a robot or anything, they will instantly shut down and they will not talk to us, or they'll be like rude. They like, I don't talk to your kind. Transform back right in front of their face, and they'll be like, oh, hey, it's so great you're here. You're a transporter, huh? Oh, that's a tough job. Blah, 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 blah. I just find it really odd. Yeah, that's great. Guy with a long, yeah, red outfit. You haven't seen Like, how often do you normally see him? This is Area A2 again. And this brings me to a point that the game layout is going to start to get confusing, especially around areas A, B, and C. At least in my opinion and experience, but it's apparently many people's opinion and experience, because this is a common criticism of the game. Yeah, so this is where we ended up going into B1. I'm like, okay, so this is how this loops back around. So we got A2 that goes to B1, and also goes to Area C, but a different part of Area C than the other entrance to Area C that we just had. The map is not going to be helpful and show us any of this. It's only going to show us that Area A2 links to C1, and there'll be a line between the two. And not multiple, if there's multiple access points, not multiple points, if there's multiple different points between it's going to get worse, because we're going to have a bunch of different areas that we're going to have to find. Now, I'll talk about that later. We found one of the Guardians, who tells us about crouching while walking. Yeah, basically we're going to have to go to certain areas, and we're not going to know where they are. And as you're going to see as we travel through the city, there's going to be a whole bunch of different branching paths, some of which we can't get to because we don't have a card key for them yet. We've kind of already run into a couple doors where we need a card key. That seems very communistic of them. Walk around all happy and fine, you're fine, but if you even are seen carrying a weapon, they'll just shoot you, no question. And here's one of the doors. Yeah, we need a green card key. But when we get the green card key, is there going to be any indication on our map where the green door is? No. Is there an indication as to what area is behind the green door? No. So the result is you just kind of end up stumbling around when you accept a certain mission. It tells you to go to a certain area, and you don't know where that area is, because the map won't show you that area until you've been to it. It won't show you what area links to that area either. There's vague hints in the when you accept the mission, but it's not nearly specific enough. And really the end result of this is, okay, so we have the city area, we have Area A and Area B as kind of like the overworld areas. Pretty much everything else important is going to be linked to one of those areas. But we have several areas. We have like C1, C2, C3. We have A1, A2, B1, B2. And everything else is going to branch off of those. Pretty much. And this doesn't feel... It feels like a really bad execution of the Metroidvania concept. Instead of having one looping overworld where everything is well connected and there's purpose for it being well connected, it feels more like the designers were like, hey, let's have a Metroidvania style and let's force this into the Mega Man formula with, you know, the 8 stages. We're still going to have basically 8 main stages, and then not counting the final and then the intro stages. And it doesn't work very well because it just feels like it's so forced, and there's not really a reason to have a Metroidvania style layout. Like, what was wrong with... Like, I'm okay with a hub area, but if I'm selecting a stage, just let me select a stage and just take me to it. That's what I want Mega Man to be. This, hey, go find this. You accepted the stage, go find the stage. Why? It's a lot of... There's a lot of time that gets spent with that. And here you see we don't have our robot suit on, so these Mets aren't attacking us. But these Mets are apparently part of the security force. But if we transform, we didn't give that one a chance. Hey, see, they attack us right away. But those were the same things that were attacking us before out in, what, Area B? So why would the security force be attacking us? It's troubling. That the security force is also like the Mavericks we were fighting. It's you! I am probably not going to do that. I don't care for the mini-games in ZX. Although there is a mini-game in ZX Advent that is like my favorite mini-game of all time. You'll see what I mean when we get to that. Or if you're familiar with the game, you already know what I mean. Yeah, and there's like 3 city sections, and everything is so similar. Like, there are differences, but it's similar enough to where it's always hard for me to figure out which one is which. If you crawl under that truck, by the way, there's a large energy crystal thing. And as you can see, there's tons of places where we can climb up and go. Yeah, see, those things in the background are apparently security forces. Now, if you're in your human form, they actually won't come out and attack you. In fact, they'll end up being green instead of red. Oh, there's a kitty under here. We can't do anything with the kitty. Here's another one of the Guardians. And now we have to head to C2 to get the certification. Well, where about in C2? What do you have to say? Oh, okay. There's the arcade game, and here's this. And now we get a stuffed animal for passing this. What? Okay, so one of Prairie's most prized possessions. Okay. If someone has such a prized possession, they're not going to give it to people to go out to the city and be like, hey, we're going to have this guy do a test to come here, give him my most prized possession, and then have him bring it to me. Oh, and here's another thing that annoys me. This data room we're in right now, it is not a transport room. We cannot transport to or from this location. Yeah, see, all you have is data management. You can save the game, you can load the game, you can raise the game from here, but you cannot transport. And this seems like a really bad design decision because you now have a missed opportunity for another teleport spot. And this game with the Metroidvania style, the failed Metroidvania style, it could benefit from more teleport spots. And now there's like less than what there should be. Speaking of which, Mega Man games tend to not have a ton of power-ups and items to get, which is why I don't like the Metroidvania style, because it feels so unnecessary. Like, there's not a ton of things to be collecting, so why do we need to try and interconnect all the stages together? Just give me the stages, teleport me to the stages, and if there's something within that stage, I'll come back to it later when I have an upgrade and get it. It worked for the X series. Why do we need to have it all interconnected? It doesn't go well. Almost to the point where I really don't feel like this is a Metroidvania style game. That it's more like just you have a, because this isn't connected very well. It's you're going from left to right, and those are the options to get to the next area. It's not interconnected the way that, say, Super Metroid's world is interconnected. This is just, oh, I need to get to Area A. Well, I need to travel left. And I need to travel left through several other areas to get there. It's not quick, it's time consuming, and it's tedious because there's almost nothing interesting in between. You might have some power-up things to collect. You might have some of those, like, enemy discs that we've seen in the 0304 to collect, but that's not... We don't need this ZX system in order to have those discs. We didn't have that for 03 and 04. We had, here's your stage select. Pick the place you want to go to and go there. There is kind of a branching out that's going to happen as we select stage missions. We blew up the car. That's not what you're supposed to do there, but it doesn't matter because if you leave and come back, the car will be restored. So the insurance kicks in really quickly in this city. If only they could, you know, move their car out of the way so I could get down to... Like, how are they allowed to just keep their vehicle there for eternity and block that? And you can see I'm already having issues because that's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to the teleporter. I want to teleport. Teleporting is the only way we can get to Guardian HQ. So we have to go back this way to this teleporter. So we're going to teleport... But we'll teleport next time.